Series with Rico Robles is about to go live online. Catch the Concert Series, the premier live music program on Philippine radio, Monday evenings on the Monster. Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and Twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your Concert Series host, Rico Robles. Stand by and enjoy the program.
And how are you guys doing? Welcome to the premier live musical program on Philippine radio. This is the Concert Series only here on Summer's Hottest Monster RX93.1. I'm your host, Rico Robles. Well, let's just say the iconic Concert Series. Why? Well, where legendary artists from here and abroad take the stage. But we're happiest when we showcase a rising talent whom you just know will take on the world, like tonight's guest, or should I call her a guess? After all, she has gone all out since her debut on the Monster. I'm talking about my new radio partner, Kayla Rivera. Yeah, what is talent? When God gave talent, she was awake and just received it all. Certainly one of the most exciting talents to join the Monster Air staff. But to quote a classic Billy Joel song, she's got a way about her of winning an audience, whether on radio or on stage, with their vibrant presence, her sparkling personality, her brilliant acting chops, and of course, her superb singing ability. And she has this way of saying hi from time to time, whether she's weaving it around a pop song from Nicki to Adele, or transforming herself into a musical theater role from Carrie to Carole King. She's got a way about her, and we are totally spellbound. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Concert Series tonight, give it up for Kayla Rivera.
Monster RX93.1.
Yeah. 18, we were undergrad, stayed out late, never made it to class. Out of Richmond in a taxi cab, you sweating bullets on the way to my dad's and home. He said, baby, think we're moving too fast. And I swear the magnolias flashed a smile. And that's when I cut me hoping to stay a while. Stay a while. Baby, I'd give up anything to travel inside your mind. Baby, I'll fall in love again come every summertime. My daddy told me to choose them wisely, but you don't have to try. 'Cause baby, I'll fall in love every summertime. 25 and we're missing church. Laugh about everyone we're hating at work. At dinner with your sister and the jokes kinda hurt. Cried away home and you're putting me first. Oh yeah, we just always know what to say. Strolling down the boulevard and dancing down the street lights, oh the lights. Every year we get older, and I'm still at your side. Oh, baby, I'd give up anything to travel inside your mind. Baby, I'll fall in love again come every summertime. My daddy told me to choose them wisely, but you don't have to try. 'Cause baby, I'll fall in love every summertime. Every day is summertime. Every day is summertime. Every day is summertime with you.
you go, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Monster. Give it up for the one and only Kayla Rivera. Let's welcome her here. Parang layo eh. Hi, Kayla. Sandali, oh.
Hello,
Hi.
hello,
Oh,
hello.
galing
Long
galing ka
time.
pala kumanta eh, no? Welcome to your
Oh.
first set. Once again, I'm your host, Rico Robles. Order now. But yo, good job, man. Welcome to the show. I know that, we do host All Out together, but for those who don't know, Kayla is a superb man when it comes to being a theater performer. Now, with all of this, Kayla, I mean, how'd you get started with performing?
Performing, I started when I was really young.
Mhm,
My first performance was when I was 5 years old
mhm,
at a Kapampangan New Year's party in Calgary. So I started performing when I was 5. I was very, very shy,
mhm,
but I just continued taking lessons. I would join singing contests.
mhm.
And then eventually I moved to the Philippines to pursue more of a performing career.
No, you
And
said Kapangpangan. So, I
yeah,
mean, is your mom Kapangpangan and your dad?
my mom is from Pampanga and my
Mm,
dad is from Romania.
mhm,
So my mom and my grandma, they'd speak a Pampangan at home. So
mhm,
actually, when I first moved to Manila, I couldn't understand any Tagalog.
mhm.
But when I'd be in Pampanga, I'd be like, yes, I can understand what they're
Like,
saying.
okay, so you really grew up with the dialect of Kapampangan and the
Hmm.
culture of it in Canada. Pero,
Yeah.
performing and pursuing music, was it something that you wanted to do? Gusto mo na mag-artista? Or was it you were the token family reunion singer? How did it go for you?
Oh yeah, definitely the token family singer. Every gathering we'd have,
Mhm,
karaoke would be set up, and then yun na, parang it would be like, okay, go take your place, sing your songs for us. It started off with
mhm,
New York, New York,
mhm,
Hey Jude, those early tunes. But as I grew older, in school, whenever there'd be like the talent contest and
mhm,
actually even pageants, I would join. But I even if I was shy, I really felt like when I was on stage
mhm,
that was my home. Like I felt at home. So in high school, I took musical theater class
mhm,
and then I ended up doing well in it.
mhm,
So later on, when I moved here to Manila, I joined a singing competition. It was Star Power,
mhm.
and I was a finalist on it. And from there, that's actually what opened up the doors
Sino yung ano
to.
doon? Sino nanalo sa Star Power?
So Star Power, it was Angeline Quinto.
Okay. Kasi there's so many different singing shows that we
Hmm.
kind of get lost in the mix. There's The Voice, there is
X
X
Factor.
Factor, Philippine Idol.
Yeah.
So we really get confused and we usually just know the show when it's like grand finals na, ito yung grand winner. And then, it
True.
was Angeline Quinto. I mean, being because being traditionally trained in like theater and shows and everything, tas lumipat ka dito in the Philippines
Hmm.
to pursue the showbiz limelight. I mean, we'll talk about that in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Like the adjustments that you had to make. How was it when you were iba yung show business, eh? Iba yung singing competition and then all the hooplas of the tabloids, di ba? And all of that. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But for tonight, what kind of songs are you going to be performing for us?
So tonight I prepared some
Mhm,
throwback songs,
mhm.
some like I just did Every Summertime, one of my favorites, and I'll also be doing some other current songs, but I'm also doing some theater songs. So I'm really excited to bring that to the Monster tonight, some theater
All right,
songs.
so if you have questions for her, once again, for Kayla, 0961 feel free to comment on our comment box. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear more from Kayla Rivera.
RX93.1.
Hey, look, time to get up. I think you've been sleeping too long. My day started and you were still yawning. One room just ain't enough when it's two folks trying to get along. But it's hard to leave you alone. Ooh, love is always better when we take time to get back to who we are. When we are apart. trees fall, makes the hours in the day long, makes me wanna clear my head, find a little cafe and write the words to a song. And I know that I'm still free, be anywhere that I wanna be. Maybe get dressed up, wear something real pretty that you ain't never seen. Ooh, love is always better when we take time to get back to who we are. Oh, when we are apart, distance makes the go. Even when I'm lonely, happy knowing that your love is never far. Oh, when we are apart, distance makes the when you love, it makes a heart. When you trust, it makes a heart. When you call, it makes a heart. We're alone or we're apart, in the middle of a fight. Walk away to make it right. Where we go, we're never far, in the light or in the dark. On a plane, up in the stars, in a movie or at the bar. Home alone or out to tea. Look to your heart and think of me. I wanna love you, don't wanna try to change the pace of your life. We get together, we make it good. We get together. Ooh, hey, love, time to get up. I think you've been sleeping too long. My day started and you were still yawning.
Monster RX93.1.
So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. It doesn't help to know that you're just time away. Long ago I've reached for you and there you stood. Holding you again could only do me good. How I wish I could, but you're so far away. One more song about moving along the highway. I can't say much of anything that's new. If I could only work this life on my way, I'd rather spend it being close to you. But you're so far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. It doesn't help to know that you're so far away. You're so far away.
It's Monster RX93.1. Yep, that's right. We got her live, just performing her favorite songs. That is, you have Kayla Rivera. She is joining us, the concert series. And man, great songs. My
Thank
goodness.
you.
And you have so many fans that are tuned in from all over the world. Naks naman, di ba?
Oh my gosh.
And Sir Genie Sulit and all your family members tuned in as
Oh,
well. I mean,
thank you.
Kayla, when you go through these competitions, when you join them, right? I mean, the story goes, okay, you win or you go out there. How did you feel when it was somebody else's name that was called? And I know you probably be like, ah, you did your best. You
Mm-hmm,
know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But you as an artist, how are you able to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna run with it, I'm gonna be better. You know what I mean? So can you walk
Yeah.
us through when it comes to joining the competition and like falling quite short in the results of it as well?
Yeah. So in the competition, I was in the top 5 and I
Mhm,
finished fourth place. And the weird thing about me is like when I join singing competitions, and my mom would always be so confused by my reaction. She'd always
mhm,
just be like, Anak, why is it that like when you lose, you're still happy?
mhm,
And for me, it's just, as long as I know that I did everything I could do to prepare and just do my very best, then after that, it's kind of like whatever happens, happens.
mhm,
And at the same time, it just proves like how badly you want something. And I knew that when I moved to the Philippines, pursuing a performing career is what I wanted. So even if I didn't win, it was just like, okay, on to the next thing. And I was just so grateful for the opportunity being a part of Star Power. We met so many amazing artists in the industry. We got to travel around the Philippines and
mhm.
perform like in mall shows and, discover the different cultures of every place that we went to. Different food also. Oh my gosh, I'm such a foodie. But anyways, I mean, there was just so much that I learned from Star Power,
Mhm.
and of course from Mama Sharon Cuneta, who is our host of the show. That, oh my gosh, that alone was such an amazing experience. So it's just about, I remember one thing that one of our mentors told us,
Mhm.
walking away from an opportunity or an experience with gratitude. So that's always something that stuck with me. Walk away from any experience with gratitude.
And ang galing there's actually a book about that. It's Way of the Champion, and it talks about that. It talks
Mhm.
about preparation, and that if you didn't skimp out on your preparation, regardless of the results, because you cannot control the results of
Yeah.
anything. It's just what's up to you. Is you could sing your heart out, leave it
Yeah.
all out there on stage, and then whatever the result is, and that's it. Then from there,
Yeah.
from Star Power, what happened next?
After Star Power, that's when I became a mix VJ.
Mhm,
And Sabay, when I was a mix VJ, I also did my first musical,
mhm,
which was In the Heights. And that was a crazy experience because in the rerun of the show,
mhm,
Lin Manuel Miranda came to the Philippines and he was there. So we got to meet him. I got to hold his hand on
mhm,
stage. And this is before like Hamilton and
mhm,
everything that he's done since. So that was super cool meeting him. And I mean, from In the Heights, I ended up doing Aladdin after, and then I did The Adams Family, Carrie, Rock of Ages,
mhm.
Sideshow, and then I did Beautiful, the Carol King musical, which is actually where that last song that I did, So Far Away, that's the very first song I'd performed in the show. And most recently, Joseph the Dreamer. So those are the shows that I've done, and just so grateful, honestly, so unexpected to be doing musical theater because I was very, very shy.
And galing. I mean, now like here at the Monster, right? You, Marky, you guys are best friends, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all surrounded with theater people, and it's so cool. We all, if you've noticed, if we do our interviews, guys, we do this now. We do hand gestures, but the discipline alone. I mean, what are the challenges that you had to go through when it comes to like doing musical theater, then transitioning to a pop artist?
Mhm.
When you do your songs, when you release your songs, and now you're working at a pop radio station, but the audience itself, how do what's the switch up that you had to do?
Yeah. Well, oh my gosh, just going into musical theater was a huge adjustment. If your call time is 11 a.m., if you're there at 11, you're already late and the
Mhm,
door is closed. Direct Bobby Garcia really instilled that in us. Like, we should be there an hour or at least 30 minutes early. So that's the discipline that's really instilled in you, which is really great. I mean, having moved here to the Philippines and the traffic,
mhm,
sometimes you don't know how to gauge the time, but because of theater, I always like will put in an effort to really be early. So I'm grateful for that. And also, I mean, even if we're on an off day of shows, I would make sure, like if it's in the middle of a run, I would make sure that I'm getting enough rest, I'm staying hydrated para pagdating na sa weekend,
Mhm.
I'm ready to go na for the show. So it's really that discipline. Even if you're not on stage, you're still taking good care of yourself. But sorry, Rico, I forgot now my train of thought, the rest of the question. How was the transition going into pop music,
Mhm.
right? Well, vocally, it's very different. Very different placement between musical theater and pop. So there is a bit of an adjustment period going back to singing pop. But I have a love for both. So it's just getting back into that placement is all.
And especially Sky's the Limit with Lea Salonga,
Oh my gosh.
winning the Tony Award. You have Monique Wilson, all the greats. I mean,
Oh yeah, my gosh.
it's all within reach. So we'll talk goals in just a bit. And also, how does Kayla feel when a phone rings in the middle of a play? All that and more. Once again, we have her live on the Conscious series of Kayla Rivera, 0961 Send in your questions now. More music from her. It's the Conscious series here on the Monster.
93.1.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you, yes, and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and wherever I am, I'll come running, yeah, to see you again. Oh, darling, winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend.
Monster RX93.1.
There ain't no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence. Baby, let me in. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go that we are both so deeply stuck in our ways. You can't deny how hard I have tried. I changed who I was to put you both first. Now I give up. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me. I had good intentions and the highest hopes, but I know right now it probably doesn't even show. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me, baby. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me.
It's Monster RX93.1. There you go. Kayla Rivera. My goodness.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity to be, on the concert series. So thank you so much, Sir Paeng, Sir Louis.
We're not done
Thank
yet.
you.
We're only halfway to the show.
Halfway. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
you sang
go.
5 songs so fast. It's only 7:34. We still got a lot. That means you have to sing live.
Shall we? Why not?
Yeah, right? Even your fans are like, more. Oh, di ba?
Aw.
Diba?
Hi. Oh my gosh. Can I say hello to
Go.
some of my family and friends that are
Go.
tuned in right now? Hi to Tita Pinky. Thank you so much. Jenny, Tita Cynthia, Ate Mitch. Thank you guys so much. Matt is also locked in, and I saw that Marco. Thank you guys. I hope that you're enjoying so far the songs that I've sang for you.
Like, the journey of the industry, of course, is not always on the up and up. There are times when you would do the show live, and theaters would, especially when it came to the pandemic. I mean, you as an artist, Kayla, as a person of different shows. I mean, before the pandemic hit, you had shows lined up, and you just got done. I think you're playing a lead role, right, for a certain play. And how did you feel about it before it hit?
Oh my gosh. So we did Joseph the Dreamer right before the lockdown hit. We closed our show, I think it was March 9th, and then the pandemic started on March 15th. So we were on such a high. Like, oh my gosh, I remember at a closing party, and Matt is watching right now, but we were literally in tears at just like being overwhelmed with joy and just the turnout of our show, because we had 12 shows. All 12 shows were sold out, and we would get a standing ovation every show. That's how powerful Joseph the Dreamer and the story of the show is. And so we were all just on a high, and then boom, the pandemic hit. So, I mean, we were supposed to have a rerun in September. We were supposed to go on a tour as well. So that just being taken away from not only us, but the entire, theater community, all these shows that were lined up for the year were taken away. And oh man, that was really, really so hard. And of course, it's live. It's live performances that we do. So that was taken away. So a lot of us turned over to online streaming. And that was a huge huge change, of scenery,
Yeah, but you have
of
to
a
clean up your
platform.
house. You have to have nice microphone, nice
Yeah.
lighting, all
Set up.
the right. I mean,
Yeah.
but hold on, just to go back a little bit. So pag sa theater, pag standing ovation, ibig
Mhm.
sabihin nun, you guys did such a great job. Na para bang bravo, ganun ba yun? Like that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I guess, I mean, of the shows that I've watched, the reason why I'm brought to my feet is just like the performance was
Mm,
amazing. Whatever we watched on stage, like they really created that environment, that story, and we were so invested in it as the audience that in the end, maging standing ovation na
mm.
kasi you want to give that, props back to the show, everyone involved in the show.
Now,
Yeah.
when you were starting, who was the ones that you would watch, yung talaga ina-idolize mo, that you would stand for? Like, parang, yay!
Oh
You
my
do that. And then you find
gosh.
yourself performing with them.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Okay, and the very first show that I watched because it was next to normal,
Mhm,
and that had Tita Menchu in it, Tita Menchu Lauchenko,
mhm.
Sir Jet Pangan, and Marky Strom was in it
Oh!
too. So watching that, I was just like, actually, at the end of the show, I came up to direct Bobby Garcia and was like, "Wait, were they singing live or was that pre-recorded? Because it's perfect."
Mhm.
Absolutely perfect. And it's just like, that sounds like it's a recording, but it's live. So I was just blown away. And I auditioned for other shows prior to doing In the Heights, and I didn't get casted. But then when I
Mhm.
was casted in the Heights, oh my gosh, it's amazing being a part of a show and just seeing how everything comes together. But sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Some of the people that I look up to
Mhm.
are, of course, Leia Salonga. Oh my gosh, Miss Leia.
You ever met her
Chris,
in person?
I have. Oh my gosh, we're Facebook friends.
Ano ba yung chismisan nyo? Kachismis ko rin sa Facebook yun eh. Ano kachismisan niya sa show? Ano? When you guys talk?
Oh, actually, the times that I have talked with Miss Leia are usually after shows.
Mhm.
So, oh my gosh, I'm the biggest fangirl whenever I talk to her after a show. Even if we've talked a few times now, every time that she'll say congratulations, I'm just always like such a fangirl. Like I get so awkward, even though I have met her many times. But yeah, of course, she's the one and only Miss Leia Salonga, someone that we all look up to. Fangirling again.
You'll get to interview her here in the concert series, and you'll have that moment, and when she's here on the show. But Kayla, how it is, right? There's always that one go-to audition song
Hmm.
that people use when they audition to different, whether it's like American Idol, it's Beauty and the Beast. No, sorry, A Whole New World is the
A
most
whole new
popular
world.
audition piece when it comes to like American Idol. It's proven. You can check it out on Google. Yeah.
Oh,
So for you,
really? Wow.
ano yung song na go-to mo na pag nag-audition ka that this will get me the job? What will be that song?
So for musical theater, I would always audition with Breathe from In the Heights.
Mhm,
And it's not a really common song, but that's actually what I go for because there's a lot of other musical theater songs that are really known
mhm,
and the usual audition songs, but I try to go for something that's not super known, but something that I am, comfortable with and confident with. That's so important. So I guess if that's like an audition tip, go with a song that you're very confident with,
mhm.
not that it's, super popular. But if it's a pop song, I always do the good old Fallen by Alicia Keys.
Okay, so we're
So,
gonna hear two, right? So we're gonna hear two.
whoa.
We're gonna hear two live. Just probably a sample of the Heights one,
Okay.
and then we're gonna hear you singing "Fallen" from Alicia Keys. There's a part of it, maybe. So
Okay.
you're auditioning now for the Monster. We're
Oh,
here, so it's like The Voice. It's the blind auditions. So I'm gonna
okay.
turn my seat.
Wow.
Ladies and
Rico.
gentlemen, just a sample of Kayla Rivera. She's joining us live as a concert series here on the Monster.
This is my street. I smile at the faces I've known all my life. They regard me with pride, and everyone's sweet. They say you're going places. So, how can I say that while I was away, I had so much to hide? Hey guys, it's me. The biggest disappointment you'd know. The kid couldn't hack it. She's back and she's walking real slow. Welcome home. Just breathe. That's Breathe from In the Heights.
Wow, galing,
Yay!
galing. Oo.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
now the other one, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kayla Rivera.
I keep on falling in.
Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel used. At times I feel good. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. Yeah. That's Fallen by Alicia Keys.
Okay. Uwi na.
Ah,
Game.
no, hindi
Done
pa
na.
ta-
But with you auditioning with these songs, right? Kayla, I did ask earlier, what do you do when things don't go your way? Like, kunyari, wala kang boses. Is there, what's the technique? What do you do when you have a big audition and Kayla got no voice?
That's a nightmare. But you know what? Actually, growing up, that would always happen to me. Parang my
Mhm.
body would know if I have an audition coming up and I would always get sick.
Mhm.
Pero wala, laban lang. Laban lang is true. But I mean, if you still have time, like 2 or 3 days prior, and you're getting sick, get a lot of sleep.
Mhm.
Sleep is gold. It's gold for your voice, talaga. But honestly, I would also drink a lot of salabat.
Mhm.
Salabat would be my go-to. But asides that, I mean, wala, you really just have to. The show goes on, so you have to just push lang. And they actually say like when you go to an audition and you're sick, you actually shouldn't mention that. Like, because you don't want to give excuses, right? Na
Yeah, true.
parang, right? So if they ask, yun, siguro they could hear it in your voice, or if you're sniffling, they'll ask. Pero don't mention it muna. Just do your best.
They're like, Kayla, laki ng boses mo. Saan galing? Well, bro, last night, that kind of thing. But
late night.
late night. Cheers ulit. Diba? So, with you becoming, I mean, you traveled, you went to Canada, you went all over the world. What's that trait you think that an artist should have? A Filipino artist, strength natin sa pagiging Pinoy that, catapults us, because in theater there's a lot of Filipinos that are famous, right?
Yeah.
They're doing different roles. What do you think is that trait that we have? Is it the discipline? Is it the tiyaga? What is it?
I would say, like, for me personally, I would just say, like, don't take no for an answer.
Mhm.
You just have to keep going. You know the saying, kung may gusto, may paraan. Kung may ayaw, may dahilan. So if it's something you want, talagang there is a way to make it happen. So in any areas of your life, right? Like if it's a dream of yours, if it's in school,
Mhm.
if it's work, anything is possible. It's true. So you just have to keep on pushing forward. And I mean that really is something that is, seen in Filipinos, that resiliency, and of course that heart. That's definitely something that sets Filipinos apart, is that heart. That heart in everything that they do. So
Ano yun yung conviction. It brought, it's the conviction when you want to get into something. Now for you, okay, so now you're doing the show every day here on the Monster. But as far as theater and different shows, I know things are opening up. What's there in store? What's to look forward to for all your fans? Is there going to be a show? Is there going to be a full album that's in store? I mean, we are what, 4 months, 5 months to 2022. We still got a lot to show for everybody. So what are we gonna anticipate for you for the rest of the year?
yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share with everyone that Joseph the Dreamer is coming back in July this year. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the first show returning after the pandemic. So excited. I know that this is going to be just crazy. All of us are going to be back on stage, just like exploding with that energy, being back on stage again. So that's under Trumpets. We're going to be doing Joseph the Dreamer in July. And I'm also going to be releasing a single on my birthday. So that's August 13. So watch out for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the title of your single? I'm a Monster.
Secret.
Okay, so you have to wait. have you been working in the term of in the lab, working on some beats? Is that the thing?
Yeah, it's definitely something that's ongoing. I've been working with Underdog, so shout out to Matt Barbers. We've been working on a track, and yeah, we're definitely looking to drop more singles throughout the year, but definitely on my birthday.
All right, this is
So-
something to look forward to. We're getting to know Kayla Rivera, the artist, other than Kayla, the DJ. We're getting to know her, and some of our co-DJs are here. Look at her, Monster Jock Gail.
Gail!
So galing, go Kayla.
Oh, thank you,
Also,
Gail.
of course,
So sweet.
Maria, he's here. Woohoo, Kayla, Loan, big reveal.
Woo!
Okay, it's Matthew Barbers.
Hey, Matt.
Okay, something to look forward to. Of course, Joseph the Dreamer. That's in store.
Mhm.
Now, for you, Kayla, I mean, other than the music, what are the things that people should know about you that not a lot know? I mean, okay, I forgot to ask this question. What do you do when somebody's texting or somebody's phone rings in the middle of a show?
That's how I feel internally. But of course, I mean, you can't verbally say anything. I mean, unless you're one of these huge stars that siguro their director won't really get upset with them. But I mean, it's laban lang. Even if it is super distracting, to be completely honest. So, to anyone that is in the audience and wants to just take a quick peek at their phone,
Mhm.
the moment we see your face light up with that light from your phone, it medyo pulls us out of the moment. And of course, all of us, everyone is working to bring that experience to life for you
Mhm.
guys. So that quick peek at your phone, is it really worth it? No.
So
So
it breaks your
please.
heart. Para bang it's like a boyfriend glancing at another girl while you guys are walking. Parang ganon, no?
That's a great analogy. Yes,
Parang ganon.
yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, it is because it's
Okay.
just like sana that didn't have to happen.
Mhm.
So, yun. Sana lang.
So we
No.
learned something new today.
Yeah.
So we're not allowed to check our phones, guys. And actually,
No.
you have to deposit it, no? When you watch.
You're supposed to put it on silent.
Mhm.
Yeah, and or ideally if you could just actually shut it off, sana, para there's no interference with the audio system.
Tik-turuk, mga
So,
ganun yan. Tik-turuk,
'di ba?
mga ganun
That
sa
no may
ibabaw.
feedback ganun.
What
So,
was the toughest song you ever had to perform?
Uh, I would have to say, Carrie.
Mm.
It's titled Carrie, and it's the very first song that I sang in Carrie because, well, number one, that was actually a show that I wasn't supposed to be a part of, but then suddenly, unfortunately, something happened to the lead actress, and I had
Mhm.
to come in and learn the role in 6 days. And that first song is so wordy,
Mhm.
like so wordy. And on top of learning it under such a short amount of time, I was just so afraid of like tripping on my words or
Mhm.
forgetting words. So that was really, really tough. And another song that's really tough is a song that I'd have to sing in the Heights
Mhm.
right after our grandmother passed away. So I'd
Mhm.
always just be crying, and it's so hard to keep it together while you're singing,
Eh,
like just crying and singing.
Question. I mean, before we have you perform these tough songs in just a bit. I mean, binuli eh, no? Pero pag ikaw, ganyan, heartbroken, you're going through a personal issue. I
Mhm.
mean, I know it's like you have to be a professional, you have to be all that. Pero you cannot help but, what do you do? What do you think about pag ganon?
So like for example, if I were to be going like through a heartbreak and then
Mhm.
I have to do like a happy show, that's
Mhm.
yeah. Well, as soon as you walk into the theater and as soon as you're on that stage and you're in that character, wala na yun. That's not something that's even gonna cross your mind because you're already so immersed in your character and in the world you're creating. So wala na yun. I mean, I guess that's just as simply put as I can,
But what if?
What if?
What if, di ba, with yung emosyon sa gitna ng di ba?
Well, it works. It comes in handy when you're doing those scenes that are like galit ka or you go through a breakup and it just so happens in real time, in your real life, you're also going through a breakup. So gagamitin mo na lang yun.
Kumbaga motivation.
Oh yeah, that's your karga.
Karga. I'm so
Karga.
amazed. For those that are tuned in, we have Kayla Rivera. She is joining us. Of course, this is the concert series, getting to know her as an artist. Now, there's this YouTube video. If you haven't seen it yet, okay?
No,
This is a
Rico.
YouTube video of Kayla answering some questions. Ano yun eh, parang fast talk yata or something, which is
Mhm.
really hilarious. But we got to know her, and kudos to your parents for the great upbringing,
Oh, thank you.
especially with the culture of the Philippines in Canada na sobrang mas nakakapag-Tagalog ka pa sa karamihan ng taga dito, which is like we are so proud,
Oh.
you know what I mean, for keeping that spirit alive, so it's really, really awesome. And congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
This is the part where we clap our hands. Tayo lang dalawa dito sa booth, tsaka si Earl. Earl, pumalakpak ka dyan, Earl.
Yay, thank you,
Ayan.
Kuya Earl.
We are proud of you here at the Monster, and thank you for sharing with us your talent. I know we're going to get to experience this every day with all the different surprises that we have. And you did also, of course, anticipate Joseph the Dreamer, what's up
Mhm.
next, and everything. But before we head on out to your final song, What was that advice that your mom gave you or somebody gave you when you were starting out? Now, up to this day, you would still use it.
Mm, siguro, well, kasi my mom will always, she's the one who believes in me the most.
Mhm.
So anytime, I doubt myself or, yeah, just my abilities and just knowing that my mom believes in me so much, that really always gives me the, motivation and inspiration to keep going.
Mhm.
So yun, it's just really that and like the unconditional support and love all throughout the years. I mean, ever since I started when I was 5, like,
Mhm.
all the sacrifices that she would make, right after work, she would take the train with me to my singing lessons.
Mhm.
And the same with my dad. He's always there to drive me to my competitions. In fact, when I joined Canadian Idol, the lineups, because they would be really long.
Mhm.
And my dad went at 3 a.m. He got in line, and then by 7 a.m., I remember he called me and was like, Kayla, get up, get ready na. And then you can join me in line. I'm getting emotional because their support is
Mhm.
just like all out talaga. And I'm just so grateful and lucky to have had that. So, yun, I think that's the biggest like inspiration that I could be given is
Mhm.
just, keep going because hey, your parents like sacrificed and they believe in you so much. So
It
no,
just
no
ano yun,
crying.
no? It just really takes. Thank you for sharing that because it
Yeah.
really takes the right support system
Yeah, that's
to
so
really
true.
fuel that little spark could turn into a blaze and could really fuel what a child would actually have that little, let's just say, a potential to become
Yeah,
something greater, which is really, really great. And
it's
Kayla,
true.
there's somebody watching here that's probably looking for inspiration to be like you, to be in the bigger stage. You have any advice for those who want to be in theater, who want to get into music, but they don't know where to begin? What do you think they should do?
I mean, it might seem like your dream is so big, but it's really important just to take like the small steps in getting there. Like what's in your control right now? You can take singing lessons. Honestly, now everything is on YouTube, so you can
Mhm.
even learn stuff on YouTube. If you're not able to take lessons quite yet, go ahead and search it up on YouTube. Study your idols. What did they do to get to where they are? Because that's something I love doing, and I get so inspired by it. But if you can, if you can take workshops, if you can take lessons, then do that. But don't stop. You just have to keep on going. And like Rico was saying, it's so important when you're surrounded by those people that believe in you, so much. Even in the times that you don't believe in yourself, they will. Ate Karen is here too. Hi, Ate Karen, Ate Sandy. So yeah, definitely surround yourself with those people that uplift you and believe in you, because that's also so important. And don't forget to pray. And whether it's good times or bad times, just always give thanks. Thanks to God. So yeah.
Hidden talents. Do you have any?
Hidden talents. I don't know if this is a hidden talent, but I love baking. I think that
I
like
don't think we could have that now. If we're gonna start baking, I'll make you a cookie, guys.
oh, something that I could do right now. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Oh, I can do one eyebrow up, but that's something I can't do on the radio. Oh, I can do an accent,
Oh, go,
kind of like,
go.
oh, the weather is dark and cloudy. Do you want to go to the park? Well, and then I could do Borat.
Oh, go.
This suit is black, Nat. Yak Shimash. So I
Okay.
like doing accents. That's something that I would do with my friends.
You're such a
So
dork. I could see it. We are excited for the rest of your work and we're excited to see you your musical theater stuff. This is the last song that you have for us? What's the title of this
Mhm.
last song for us?
This one is from Wicked, the very first musical I watched on Broadway.
Mhm.
And this one I wanted to leave with you guys. I hope that it empowers you and, just inspires you to fly towards whatever the dream is in your heart. This is Defying Gravity.
Kayla Rivera, thank you for joining us. And of course, tomorrow I'll see you again. But this is for All Out. But for now, this is the concert series. You got to discover a different side of Kayla Rivera, musical side that we got to know. More plays. Don't forget, Joseph the Dreamer is coming out in July. And she is going to be working on an album or making a song, a single that you guys
Mhm.
will get to hear on August 13th. Mark your calendars, which is
Yes.
her birthday. Till then, my name is Rico Robles. That's our guest. Kayla Rivera. This is a concert series. You're on the Monster. Good night, everybody.
Monster RX93.1.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't bring me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love. I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner die defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. So if you care to find me, then look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I'm defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity, and soon I'll match the mid-renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. Ooh,
The Concert Series. The premier live musical variety program on radio. Winner of the KBP Golden Dove Award and the Catholic Mass Media Award. Mondays 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the station with the best radio specials. Monster RX 93.1.